I don't get
You're my
favorite food.
favorite food. Oh shit!
End of video.
Wale.
End of video. End of video.
But the most romantic thing you have done for me. Hey, plenty. Oh. If you know the number of phones this guy has bought for me, seriously, really, even my sister had to say, Jọ, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Jẹ́ kí bọ̀bọ́ ìsinmi. Ṣé gbogbo àlọ́ máa ra phone fún ẹni? I'm serious. Like one of the things, I would not say lacked, but one of the things I'd always trusted God for, I looked to God for when in my relationship. One of those things I prayed about was like I should have someone that would buy me what I want. So I don't know. I used to have inferiority complex, but by God's grace, I'm out of it. I overcame it by the blood of the Lamb. And I used to see people around me. In my secondary school, early in my university days, say someone buy this thing for them, someone bought this thing for them. Can you birthday cake, this, that, this here, and then like, when did this happen to me? You get that kind of thing. And it was one of those things I put in prayer when, like, God, when I will have this man, this relationship, let it be this and this and that, and having the fulfillment in my marriage. The number of phones these days, I know it's not about material thing. I know, but the most romantic, I really can't pinpoint the most romantic one. Would it be being with me while giving birth to our son?
Our son.
Yeah.
Where this?
Well, there are men that they don't give a shit. They're like, I can't be in that place with you. Or would it be being there, or being the should I say the strong support, even in our most recent loss?
Well, that one is good. But one I remembered correctly. Like I said, and while we're on that topic, this lady is like one of the most contented person I've ever met.
Aww.
Most contented.
Aww.
I've heard of people go through a lot of the ends of their wives.
Okay.
And those that their wives have pushed to take steps just
Okay, that be the wife told her do me sorry bed, told anybody you need sorry bed talk of a week for.
I
really don't like.
That's amazing. So one thing about that is she needs something and we discuss about it. And it's not, and that's another thing. I'm always very open with her with my partner. So she's able to understand when there's money and there's no money. And she's able to say, okay, can we try this? Okay. And she knows how to manage money. They can even manage. I was telling her today, should we go to food and get more? We can stay with the leather on.
Oh my God.
Even though it's important, but looking at what's on ground, let's just stay first. We'll get sorted. She's very contented. She let me use the word, she's not materialistic. Apologies to those are materialistic anyways, or morally effect. Because I don't know, I would have been very frustrated, because I'm the kind of person that wants to make my wife happy at every point. So what would have happened to me if she's the one that wants this and want that and want that, and it has to happen? I mean, I want to make her happy. I don't want her to do. We'll have to find ways to exactly extra mile. And most of maybe some persons that are into what they don't want to do to be married, having because of the pressure they get from their homes, from their husband and their wives, and they're like, just to make sure that this person is fine. Let me, I don't care whatever it will take. But that pressure could have been taken off if the woman or the man try to understand the situation and try to let them communication there. So I think that those are one of the most romantic things that a woman could do for a man, to understand. A woman could do for a man to understand it and understand when it's low, when it's high, when it's in a good mood, when it's in a bad mood. There are times that my wife will ask me, what's wrong with you? I know there's something wrong with you. I'm like, I know there's something wrong with you. And truly there's something wrong with you, because as a man, we're not wired to talk, we are wired to look for solutions, and I'm able to say what she would. But how people get angry at me for not telling her what's wrong with you?
I do that a lot.
But one of the romantic things that she did, although I think I started telling her, was that your parents are watching this, or you're in case here, you answer quickly. Or that she left me now to come and see me without telling anybody.
Are you sure I didn't tell them? I think I told you.
You don't tell anybody. Maybe you told your sister. You don't tell your parents. Your parents will tell parents are leaving me now.
Was it Enugu? No,
yes.
No, Ondo.
Ondo. Okay, when I came to Enugu,
I came from Ife. And my parents were aware
of that one.
From Mina, I was serving. I was serving in Mina. Then I went from Mina to Ondo, where you were working. I came to Ondo, where you were working.
Yeah, I was working all month then, yeah. She did a lot of surprise visits. Sometimes I was not sure if surprise visits was to catch me down that girl or something like that. She did a lot of surprise visits. But thank God that all the surprise visits did not get us out of the way. We are still here.
No, just can't I pay Oluwa surprise visit.
Name in school.
What was your nickname? Your nickname in school? Okay, you talk about yours, I'll talk about mine.
No, I was supposed to know your spots.
Okay.
Apparently, I don't.
You don't know my. Hey, this video has ended. Officially done. You know what I'm trying to say? You don't know my nickname.
You get nickname on school?
Yeah.
What nickname?
Yeah.
Nickname. Generally called, not one person giving one person up and down. One person's birthday, I want to go and book it.
No, now, okay, maybe secondary school. In school, yes, you didn't specify whether secondary school. This specified.
I just went to university anyone.
I was called the lots of nickname actually.
Like
have TB.
Tablet.
TBT. I'm serious, yeah. Carpenter.
What? Okay,
I'm serious, yeah.
Carpenter.
Carpenter. They even used to call me an animal.
What animal?
That one was really, really painful. It was a bully. And the story behind it, I think I've told you before now. When I first joined that school, I moved from GSS 1. I did my GSS 1, GSS 2, GSS 3 in a public school. And I was entering into the senior secondary school. And my parents decided that I should move to a private school instead of a public school. So they got me into a private school closer to the house. So I started my SS1 there. And when I got there, it was a school with owned by Muslims. But no, they were open to Christians and Muslims, and my parents they made all the inquiries and fine, she might be coming to your school and all that too. I don't want to see hijab on her. I don't want you teaching her anything. So that was clear. That was out of the way. But no, getting there, there's a new person just joining those that moved from GSS 1 to GSS 3, just joining them in SS1 and coming up with a strange name. I met people with names like Suliat, like Kabirat, like Aziz, I don't think there was anyone with an English name. Not to now talk of a Christian name. Yeah, I think there's Buki, Yoruba names and all that. But someone named Tabitha, everyone's like, what's Tabitha? What's Tabitha? I didn't tell them anything until one of the teachers was bold to ask me in one of our classes that what's the meaning of your name, Tabitha? And my knowledge then of Tabitha, I'd read up on my name. I was outspoken as much as I had inferiority complex. One of the things that helped me then was the fact that I was good with spoken English. So it made me stand out and set me aside. And said, what's the meaning of Tabitha? And I read up on it and I stood up boldly in class and I was like, Tabitha is likened to an animal. Before I finished the sentence, everybody in the class said, Anima. So your name is Anima. Oh, I can't forget that thing. And I tried to retrace my step, try to reframe my good character. I'm like, no, it's likened to an animal named Gazelle. And most of them also didn't know the meaning of gazelle. I had to start explaining again. Gazelle is like a female deer, and the name Tabitha is likely to be climbing up the mountain of a deer. They didn't get it. The only part they held on to was the animal. Man, I was bullied. They bullied my name.
They bullied the name out of the name.
Yeah, they bullied the name out of my name.
Well, that's okay. So
don't worry, you already know that one.
What's it?
I thought you were going to talk about your nickname.
What's my nickname?
Jasper.
That's all.
His name is, you see, let me make it clear.
Disclaimer.
Yeah, let me put a disclaimer. My husband's name is not Jasper. It's a nickname, my people. Please help me redeem his identity. His real name is Emmanuel Ojo Williams. Please, yo.
It's alright. My second school was Owe at my name was Ojo O Williams W Emmanuel.
Owe.
So when SS2,
like proverb.
Exactly. It was Owe, just Owe for short. So, and the reason I had that for short was that when I went to boarding school, so with your books and all that, the parents would like to mark it, marker, bucket, to mark it, marker. So the easiest way to mark it was instead of writing Emmanuel, everybody different Emmanuel up and down. That was
Owe.
There was only one Owe. You're gonna call me.
Wow.
And then as God will have it, you might not give that plan. I said, lonely, I hope for the man or with So, but when I said that, let's see how rocking movie. Let's see how the man that one do why was looking at me. I don't do let's see it will be rubbish. Let's see let's see Third of us on la fewa.
Oh my God.
Not this one. Every time in class when there's an intro like,
oh my God, I'm hearing it for the first time.
So I always call you Owe then.
Wow.
So towards my SS3 was when I was chapter prefect, so spiritual development a bit like then. I was like, okay, there was a need for a change of nickname because I felt like it was going to go far that and that. I don't want to be hearing Owe up and down. Yeah, as in Proverbs, as in Proverbs. I'm not Proverbs.
Oh my God.
So that was when I prayed about it, and then that's why it's likened to a precious stone, and it's one of the 12 stones that set up the foundations for heaven. Also, one of the 12 stones that make up Lucifer, not the Lucifer. It's one of the 12 stones, familiar with sapphire, ruby, and gold. Also, that's why it's there. You can find Jasper in Revelations. So Those are my nicknames.
She away.
What I love most about her, she's very kind. Very kind. She's very hardworking.
Am I?
Oh, you think I'm not kind? It is only a kind woman that we allow our husband.
I didn't ask you to elaborate.
Let me elaborate. Thank you. Bring in 4 different women at different times to come and stay with them. Every single person, okay, except for one person that you brought in. Every single person that stayed with us at one point or the other were majorly people that came in through. And like, babe, this person, I would like to stay with us for a few times. And none of them stayed less than 6-7 months. Some 9 months, some 1 year. Some one of them that is now happily married with a baby now came to serve in Ibadan and stayed with us all through the duration of the service. And this woman was there. You know, some other persons they would, emulate them like but no, every single person that came into our home, she took them as sisters, and they took them as their sisters too, and they enjoyed. Or every single, even when we had issues, when there were issues because we are human beings, issues are bound to happen. But she still kept on, loving everybody, and it takes a kind of man to do that. What I love about her is how she loves her family. How she loves her family. She prioritizes her family over any other. She prioritizes her family over any other thing. And she's a great support, ministry-wise. Not everybody will want. I remember the argument when I was telling her that she was going to be into ministry. I was saying never like you. It happens more with we children of pastors. Oh yeah, it's all about pastors' children. And with children of pastors, they tend to say, no, they don't want to marry pastor. They don't want to, have anything to do with ministry. I'm not yet. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not yet. So, like ministry, they don't want to be into anything. And I was saying that then there was this argument that almost turned into a serious argument. Like, what do you mean that you cannot be into music ministry ever? I said she would never. Wait for what? What are they doing for? But as God would have is into music ministry now. She's singing in church, and that's a ministry. It's a ministry, and she's also fully into the ministry we run together. Although she has her own personal ministry, which is for children, and I know it's going to happen very soon. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal that you have the wife that supports your mission, supports your ministry. So these are the things I love about her, and I love the fact that she likes to explore with cooking. I know that she has a chance to be doing a lot of things.
Yes, so I've said this.
She's a human being.
I said sponsor me. They pay. If there's someone listening to this video right now, I want to sponsor me. You can sponsor me. Just pay for one cooking school or one cooking class, one culinary school, and just pay for it and just I'll blow your mind.
So she likes to explore with her cooking, which is nice. Although she took it a bit from me,
You say?
You say what?
They didn't hear that
who makes the best porridge in this house?
Aside from porridge, what else
Who
do you
makes
make?
the best beans in this house?
Aside from that, what
Everything aside from
beans and porridge, they are the same thing.
I don't care.
They are porridge. You make porridge.
I not porridge anything.
Whether beans porridge or yam porridge.
I can yam
That
porridge.
plantain porridge is a lie.
No,
Don't let that getting here.
You know me, I don't like anything. Anything sweet potato porridge, plantain porridge, I'm interested. Or you make a correct porridge. What is not porridge I can make? I can porridge anything. I can porridge you. So let's go.
What do I like? What I love most about you. Well, you said several things, so you said more than what you love most. What do I love most about you? I don't know. I love everything. Well, what I love most about you, your ability to grow, to become better. It's not. I respect you, but I like your ability to be teachable, your humility. More like to lay down yourself and receive instructions from someone that is not of your age grade, from someone not as old as you, from someone older than you. I really, really love that. As much as I argue it now and then that my husband doesn't know how to say no. Yeah, my husband, I'm not saying you now use it against him or forget, I'm teaching him to start saying no now. I really love that about you. Like, you are, by God's grace, not by your own power, you are always up to the task. When someone calls on you, okay, I need you to help me do this, I need you here, I need your support, I need your this, can you be here, can you do this, my husband will go out of his way to help. Even at his own discomfort, he will go out of his way to help. I love that about him. And another thing I love about him, I think I've spoken about growth, but the level of growth in God. And there's this daily hunger and thirst to know more of God, to do more for God. And that is one of the things I love about you. As we grow, as we relate better, we are 4 years. And so in the space of 4 years, I've seen growth better than where we started, than what we started with. I've seen that. Yes, and another thing I love most about him. Come on, hey, oh shit. Don't mind me. Hey, but well, this is for me only. Actually, this is for me only. Have you heard my husband speak in tongues? Have you heard my husband speak in tongues? Man, it's sweet. When my husband speak in tongues, only me man, I don't like. I love it. I don't know how to explain. It's my husband. It's for me. Now only me understand how they feel. When he speaks in tongues, I really, really love it. Like, I even added phonetics. I really, really love it.
Okay, so and another thing I also love about you is how you love your son. Every mother loves their son, but there is this bond between you and like I won't say it's rare. Maybe I'll just say it's just. I know what you're saying. That, every time
Are you
he's
sure?
shouting my daddy.
Yes, because this
No.
son that we are talking about, whenever he sees his daddy shouting my daddy, he will not shout to me.
You know I would say that the reason why he does that was because he sees you. I'm like a prodigal son. You're always with him. But me, I'll go for 4 or 5 minutes.
This boy is our daddy's son. Instead of no, the norm is you have mommy's boy and you have daddy's girl. But this her son has refused. He has broken out of the norm and he's decided to be daddy's boy.
Well,
by God's grace,
it's close over time. Maybe later again we'll come back and become mommy's.
I will wait. We'll be here together by God's grace. Lowest moment, Isha. Well, thank God for God. Lowest. There's definitely been low moments. Yeah. There's been low moments. Every relationship has its own high and low moments.
Marriage.
Yeah, yes. I know the funny thing. When we were preparing for marriage, for wedding, and we were attending this counseling class, there was one particular, I think like 2 that we attended, and different persons, they were talking about marriage is not bed of roses and all that. In marriage, you will experience storm, you will experience this and that. And in my mind, like, why are you particular about experiencing storm? You experience wahala. Your storm can come in your morning, that is the early it can come in the afternoon, and it can come. And in one of our counseling sessions, they were talking about marriage is this and that, high moments, low moments, there will be storm and all that. In my mind, I was like, why are you people talking about storm? I claimed it, I was like, in my own marriage, there will be no storm. Like, I really prayed that prayer. Even on our wedding day, when we asked to kneel down and pray, and pastors, ministers of God surrounded us and prayed for us as well, that was one of my prayers, that there will be no storm. Okay, so I'm not trying to debunk debunk a myth here. Okay, so I would actually say that they were right, that there will be storm. And for the fact that I prayed and I said, Lord, even as much as they're saying storm here and there, I don't want to experience storm. I am thanking God that whatever we've experienced so far was not storm. Yeah, because like it's lately that I just started to think about it, like these things. I think these are the things that some people call storm here and there, but I don't see it as storm because God was in it. God was in it with us. So
our lowest moment.
Yeah. Our lowest moment was when we lost in November. We lost our baby in November.
We're hoping that by February we do pregnancy photo shoot. After we already did video.
We already did gender reveal.
Video.
Yeah, we already did gender reveal video and all that.
I was already planned out to get to push it up. That's family and God. But as God will have it.
Yeah, as God will have it.
It's always the way God wants it. Sometimes we always think of the from the general
and
then for which children of God, everything is as God.
Yeah, that's
so,
what happens.
But one thing that helped us through those lowest moments was and the consciousness of knowing that as good and bad and God is still.
Yeah.
So that consciousness, we're able to scale through it easily, we're able to heal fast.
Yeah, and thank God for family.
And thank God for family.
Yeah, thank God for family. For ministers of God, for the church of God. Yeah, very there. And it reminded me of this song, I'm sorry. For the God of the mountain is the God in the valley. When things go wrong, He makes them right. And the God of the good times is the God in the bad times. The God of the day is the God in the night.
Well, that's the whole epistle. The whole epistle.
But actually, what is marriage without God?
True.
What is marriage without God?
How does a marriage? How would you say you're having a marriage?
Yes, without God in it. I don't know. Like our coming together was God. Like God was in it from the very, very beginning.
Like you know that it looks like a script. You just know that some things just 1 + 1 just became 2.
Yeah,
like
everything was
naturally,
just...
and it looks like this thing just looks like it has been acted somewhere. Like, it looks
like we are just following
because
the
we are
script.
dramatic people. And you see scripts, you see people reacting, and then come and present to you, and they'll be like, I can imagine the real moment. So when things happen, I just realize, yeah, what's your opposite? For example, what happened this morning? It was or yesterday. It was very strange. Knowing that something is about, it's like knowing that you are taking the last cup from your bowl of water. You are taking the last cup.
From your stream.
You are never thinking of in the back of mind, you know that it has finished, but you are not thinking of that. How will I come and take the next cup that I need to take in the morning? How am I going to get the next cup? But at that brink of just taking the last cup and you have drank it and you are done, and the next thing you are just okay, $12, you know what next to do. And that's at that same time, the cup is now overfull. Overfull, and I mean the bowl is overfull and running over, that you have enough to now dip cup again and drink again. So it now makes you feel like, wait, is it like there's already a calculation up that's happened? Like it looks like this had happened already.
Like an orchestration.
Yes, like it has happened already, and you have realized that at this point this thing finished. So what the tongue? Okay, that means something has to happen. Oh, yeah, let's go and look how we're going. Like it just looks so. That was God. There's no other way to end.
Yeah.
When people ask you that, how do you explain God? This is how to end. You can't. God never explain it anyway.
Yeah,
but this is one of the things like an evidence to show you that God truly exists. And when you place Him in the midst of something, He will manifest Himself. He will show Himself. There are days that would, I can remember when we were at the former house one morning like that we prayed the prayer. We said, today we want this so thing to happen. We prayed with faith. But you know those kind of faith, when you pray prayer with faith and you laugh at yourself. I'm like, but just pray the prayer, and miraculously God will just make it happen. Are you going to talk about the wedding process, the way everything went? Are we even going to talk about how the wedding came to be? That was the story. No, I'm talking about the fact that the wedding was not going to happen.
The wedding was not even going to. It was not on the table at all. So we wanted to get married, but some things came up, and like, it was looking as if you guys are not going to get married. You're not going to go possible. Not this year, maybe next year. Maybe even never. That was what was on the table. That was what was on the table. Like, and we just held hands. We held hands. I remember them when it was in Ife, in my parents' place in Ife, and we held hands and we prayed that God, if this is your will, find a way.
Yes, I always say that if it is your will, make it work. If
this relationship is your will, find a solution. Because you are God, you are not man. But if it's not your will, then let it scatter. No, we held hands and we prayed. And what is up to 1 hour? Everything just changed.
The same announcement that maybe Konika come about hello. The same announcement that was like, let me just do this here, Jari. Do you understand? And you just know that this was just God. This was just God. Of course, the whole announcement was also out of love. And all that. But you just know that it was because God wanted it to happen. Number 2, because God was involved. And right from the first day, are we going to talk about the way things went when we didn't have nothing? Yeah. Any peanut, and God was still there. I remember that when I was any peanut, that was when I was getting a lot of design orders. Well, I was just doing design. I don't know where book is. I was writing how much
the money that comes in.
Yes, and at the end of the month, I realized that and are we going to talk about when lights came? And I was already thinking of how I'm going to take care of this. A baby I'm going to take care of it. And we did 5 months of lights coming. Exactly 5 months. Exactly 6 months of lights coming. A good job. A job that was not even planned for.
Yeah. With a wide margin. From what he was doing before.
And to now top it off, the way God has now brought up so much increase, even for my wife, for myself, at different, very close proximity. Like it was just like back to back. Of course, there were days where we felt like, is God not more in this marriage? What is happening?
Yeah, I was going to talk about that. So that whoever is listening will understand that. Okay, we are not saying that it's a smooth journey, but even in the bumps of the road, in the potholes, God was still there. And with God on that journey, on the journey of marriage with us, we didn't feel the bumps. We didn't feel the potholes. God cushioned the effect. God was like the shock absorber. God is like the shock absorber in our marriage. So with God, like it's just so sweet. It's just so, I don't know. You really have to experience God if you have not experienced Him yet.
Not the moment of praying to God and be like, this and this is not working. We want to make it work. help us to grow in it. And before you know it, God directly, you will just know that this is God speaking to you. Even in the place of work, in the place of taking care of light, in the place of even planning for a future, in the place of trying to gather one thing or the other together, God being involved has been one of the major breakthroughs we've ever had. So that is, God has always been there. There are days that we forget. There are days that we forget. There are days that we tend to forget. There are days that pains will make us forget. Being at the lowest moment will make me forget that God, actually, what is why is this happening to us? Why is it happening to us? Why is it happening to us? But even in the midst of that, you still hear God's still voice speaking. I thank God for men of God. We are privileged and honored to have so many men of God in our corner that are always interceding for us, always watching out for us, always looking after us, always, looking after us seriously. Even in the matter of health, in the matter of spiritual health, in the matter of finance, always asking what are you guys doing, what's the plan, how are you guys doing this and that. Mentors, people that are trying to connect us to make us, bigger than we are, and things like that. And God has placed them in that shows God. I will talk about our parents. Those ones are God themselves. They are God themselves. God has made them God in our own lives because they put so much beauty into our lives. So God has been always.
Maybe I like something, but I learned from the best. So when you were talking about sometimes the things that happen, the low moments and all that will make you forget. And then I remembered this song, one of my songs. Nathaniel. That's why I really, really like that song. And God has consciously placed that song in my life and in my home. That every time I want to forget how He has been faithful, how He has been good, why going through the bumpiness and all that, and Satan is trying to make me not feel. Make me feel that pain so much more. God brought that song to remind me of how faithful he was, and He still is. So that's why I love that song so much. He's saying it's so easy to forget the victories of the past and focus on the trials of the moment. It's so easy to complain and talk about the pains and forget His goodness and His mercies. But when I look over my shoulder to see how far You brought me, it's so clear You have been faithful all along. So I will not hold back my worship, even through the raging storm. I will open up my mouth and give You praise. I remember Your goodness. I remember Your love. I remember Your faithfulness. I remember Your grace. So the song is, I don't know, like when God reminds me of that song, I get lost in worship, I get lost in thanksgiving, and I just forget my problems. I forget my worries. I forget whatever I'm going through at that point in time. And I use gratitude to overcome it. And in the process, whatever I was praying for at that point in time, God does it. So I don't know. Marriage, with or without God, which one would you choose? For us, always with God.
For us and our household.
Yes.
We are with God.
We are with God. We are definitely with God.
It pays. And if you are there and you're watching and maybe you don't know God or you don't know Jesus or you know Him but still is shaky. Of course, we are not all perfect, but this could be a good opportunity to just come to Him. It's a sweet relationship. The best relationship you can ever have. It's the best Valentine that you can ever have. The best Valentine, and it's a good time to just come to God and say, God, I belong to You. I give myself to You. I want You to be mine. I want You to take charge of me, lead me, direct me, show me what to do, show me how to do it. Let me not be outside of the plan, but always inside of the plan. And with that, God would walk with you, would walk through you, and would walk in you. And I'm sure I know that God will continue to bless you.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My wonderful.
So 4 years.
My queen. Yeah, 4 years.
My king.
Your queen.
The royal family.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Thank you everyone for joining. I will know that now that we're now here, you'll be hearing a lot from So you know what? Just subscribe like that. Don't go subscribe first.
If you don't subscribe, I will show up in your dream.
Yes. And I will be behind out. So just subscribe and subscribe and turn on the notifications so that you get a lot of things from the royal family.
Bye.